This is Birraclock Hill, one of Australia's most hectic hill climbs. Can these three nearly stock vehicles handle it? We've had many vehicles submit to this treacherous climb. Only the best rigs and best drivers can make it to the top. And just because GWM brought me here doesn't mean I'll take it easy on them. Join me and Lucas, the park owner, as we push these GWMs to the limit.
Come on, baby, come on!
We are here today at the Springs 4x4 Park to have a crack at the infamous Birraclock Hill. Now this hill is immensely challenging. It's steep, it's overwhelming, it's confronting. It's a serious climb. The rock face is 49 degrees. And at this time of the day, there's probably going to be a bit of moisture on the track, on the rocks especially, that will stop just about any vehicle that has a crack at it. So what we're going to do this morning is just do a touch of a warm-up. Let the tyres down, we'll get onto the track, and we'll see how well these vehicles go.
First up is the Cannon Alpha PHEV. It's powered by a 2-litre turbocharged petrol engine paired with an electric motor, putting down a massive 750 newton metres of torque and 100 kilometres of pure EV range.
All right, first challenge. Take the Cannon Alpha PHEV on the test track at the Springs 4x4 Park.
I've never driven one of these ever. This is a very, very first time for me.
Oh yeah, lifting nicely. Just a little stuck there. I think we got it beached, Lucas. Which way do you reckon?
Oh, we're just touching a side step. That is awesome.
Hard left, hard passenger.
Look at that. A little bit of outside assistance. Just got to find that balance point, tip her over.
So I've got a front wheel off the ground, like a significant distance here. The balance of the vehicle is amazing. Oh man, I am really enjoying driving this car.
That's the Cannon Alpha done and dusted. Now let's bring on the next vehicle.
All right, here we go. Attempt number 2 in the Cannon XSR.
No hybrid here, this is just pure diesel muscle. The Cannon XSR, as you see it, is bog stock standard. This is exactly how it comes from the showroom floor.
Now the big difference is with the XSR, obviously it's front and rear locked, but you've also got that proper central transfer case, so it is a direct gear drive. This vehicle is a little bit narrower, so it should go through some of the sections a little bit easier. Try and get over nice and high on the bank. Over here, coming in on a bit of an angle. Oh yeah, good one. Let's ride that up. Well, that's the Cannon XSR done. Shall we put the Tank 300 through the same track?
The off-roader that made GWM a serious player. 2-litre turbocharged grunt, front and rear lockers, full low-range transfer case, and all backed by a die-hard community.
One of my favourites, and realistically the vehicle that started the worldwide phenomenon for GWM in the 4x4 scene, is the Tank 300. GWM hit the nail on the head with the Tank 300. They've got that iconic square boxy shape, so it's sort of like a Jimny but it's bigger. It's sort of like a Jeep Wrangler but it's a bit more comfortable and luxurious. They're just a little bit different.
Front and rear diff locks are just a button press away. Lifts wheels, which is where the party begins.
Winding now into the last section. We have eaten our way through this track.
The visibility is absolutely sensational. The throttle response, it's a little bit touchy. I'd probably like it to be a little bit more doughier when you're in these sorts of situations. But let's take a different line assignment. We'll go really high, get this thing on a really big angle. And it just feels so confident. Like it doesn't feel like we're going to fall over. So if it does fall over, well, probably shouldn't have said that.
The Tank 300, guys, this is why it loves off-road so much and why it's got such a cult following. Tank 300 for the win, guys. Wow. I am blown away.
Well, that's enough of a warm-up. We're here for one very important reason, Beer O'Clock Hill. Well, here we are, guys. We are once again at the Springs 4x4 Park with the infamous Beer O'Clock Hill. We've got some interesting vehicles that I've been engaged to try and get to the top of the hill. Now, conditions are as bad as they can be. It's not raining, but we've got plenty of moisture on the track. We don't have a lot of sunlight to dry it out, and it is slippery conditions.
With the Alpha PHEV, the only thing we've done is a set of tyres on it. Everything else is stock as it comes from the factory. We did bend the side step a little bit, but that's all good. We're keen to see how the Alpha PHEV does. We've been talking about its mechanical 4x4. Now it's time to prove it.
All right, guys, here we go. Conditions are too wet for us to really do this, but I want to have a feel for the hill and see what we can do. I'm going to get across this water, and we don't want to put too much water onto the track. Now, the good news is, smoking up the tyres a bit, we're starting to dry them out a touch, which is good. You've got to have impeccable mechanical sympathy. The first attempt, it changed to second as I hit the rock step and washed all the power out of it. Holy dolly, guys, what a ride. That was incredible. It took me a while playing around with a few of the buttons to get into a comfortable position, but starting off even on the hill where I was, I can't believe how far we actually got in the end. Bit of a big crunch at the top, so I want to pull it back down, check out the vehicle, make sure everything's okay, and we were so close to the top then. That was insane. Guys, we're going to lower tyre pressures and a few other things. We're going to have another crack. Got a tyre off the bead.
Oh, yes. Sidewall.
Let's swap the spare over.
Yeah.
So we've just torn open the sidewall of a tyre, which is absolutely understandable on an aggressive rocky climb like this. This is extreme, guys. This is extreme as most people would ever want to go. And I'll tell you what, when most people get here and actually look at the hill, they say, no thanks, I'm not even having a crack. We've got a little bit of rain around, it's getting wetter by the second. Let's do it, guys. Let's have another crack. Here we go, guys.
Far out. We are so close. We're on the last lip to the top. This is frustrating, but also exciting.
Whoa, a good first start.
And the mighty Cannon Alpha was just bellying out at the top of the hill.
Come on, baby, come on.
I pushed the Cannon Alpha as far as I comfortably could. I can't believe we've made it this far, but it wasn't enough. Unfortunately, this time we just couldn't make it. It was too wet. But I'm not done with the Cannon Alpha PHEV just yet. So stick around to the end of this video because I reckon we'll be back for round 2. Well guys, the Springs always provides a wild ride, but Lucas, how do you rate that?
It's an Australian first. PHEV and the man Simon hitting this hill, it was very impressive.
So with that level of moisture on the hill, have you seen any dual cab get to the top?
No, not at all, never.
All right, so what's the rating for my drive?
We'll give him 8.5.
That's not bad.
There's room for improvement, I'm told. Always room for improvement. That's what Michelle says to me anyway.
So is that room for improvement? Is that me improving or is that the hill drying out?
Oh, a bit of column A, bit of column B. But I reckon we just get into it and have another crack, mate. What do you reckon?
Guys, let's get back into it.
Cannon XSR. Beer o'clock hill, slightly different wheel track, a reasonable amount lighter than the Alpha, but the same direct drive transfer case with front and rear lockers. All right guys, let's try and bounce it up. Wow, bloody awesome first go. Just need a little bit more momentum to carry us through that last bit.
GWM, the first Cannon up Beer O'Clock Hill. Can I get it done? What else is there to do but to have a crack?
I'm punishing this thing pretty hard.
Come on baby, come on, come on! Oh! Whoa! Oh, we are so close.
And it has taken every bit of it. That is like hard on the belly, like hard on the belly.
Come on! Come on! Ah! Ah!
Yes! Come on! Come on! Yeah! The first GWM up Beer O'Clock Hill, and I've done it! That is awesome! I am pumped. I'm probably a little overexcited, but I got it to the top of Beer O'Clock Hill in the wet! Mate, these things are unreal. I've punished the guts out of this thing, and it has survived. I have a newfound love for the GWM Cannons, mate. This thing is unbelievable. Man, it's awesome. I'm glad you're part of it, man.
I couldn't
Mate.
get it all the way there.
Oh, you were there. It was just that last little hurdle there. And I had to work for that hard, man. Like, you've seen it. Like, I was working hard.
Awesome drive. You know the line here, so you're the best person. I was at the top there and I knew I had to get across to the left.
Yeah.
I just wasn't sure how hard I could push across, but no one knows the line better than you do, so bloody awesome. With daylight fading quickly and our cameramen needing to leave, that was a wrap up for day 1. But that didn't stop us from having a crack in the wet with the Tank 300 and getting it to the top. To get 2 out of 3 cars to the top of Beer O'Clock Hill in these slippery and wet conditions was a great feeling. All we've done to the Tank 300 is add a set of all-terrain tyres. But you know what? I still wasn't happy. And whilst we had to call it quits today, I wanted to come back to get 3 out of 3 on Beer O'Clock Hill.
You got this, mate. You got it. It's yours. It's all yours.
We are in the Cannon Alpha PHEV, the biggest and the baddest ute from the GWM range, and a serious 4-wheel drive.
How do I turn the massage on this chair? This thing's got everything. Can it be done?
And here we go. Right, over the first step. Here we go. All the way to the top. Come on, baby. All right. Cannon Alpha PHEV. Diff locks off. Whoa!
I'm not foot to the floor, taking it easy, and it's just done it. It has just driven Beer O'Clock Hill.
You got this, brother. Always.
This car literally has 3,100 kilometres on it, and it is bog stock standard other than a set of Mickey Thompson tyres.
All right, guys, here we go. Beer O'Clock Hill. The Cannon XSR. Let's give it a red hot crack.
Just got to bump it up this step. Like, this is quite incredible.
Come on, baby. There we go. Woo! Cannon XSR, #1 straight to the top of Beer O'Clock Hill.
But that is absolutely in-freaking-sane.
There you go.
Rock mode, let's rock and roll. Tank 300 all the way to the top of Beer O'Clock Hill.
Beer O'Clock is wet now, so it is a big ask, but we'll give it a red hot crack.
Here we go, guys. Tank 300. Ooh.
Just got to give it a bit of a bump there. Like, I'm not flat to the floor. I've just got just the perfect amount of throttle there, and up she went.
Here we go, guys. Into it. Steering it nicely all the way, guys. Come on. Yes, baby. Woo! Come on, take 300. Oh, guys, it's my favourite for a very good reason. We'll get those lockers off.
You'll be impressed. It's old school wheeling. Like, okay, it's fancy. It's got all the fancy features and safety tests. It's got all of that.
Yeah.
But it's old school lock transfer case, front and rear lockers,
It's how we want them.
balls to the floor wheeling. It's old school.
Yeah. Oh, that was awesome, man.
Well done.
I loved it.
Yeah.
Well done.
Well done.
Absolutely awesome. But what's your pick out of these three cars?
Look, this was the wildest ride, and I like the 300.
Yep.
For me, that was foot to the floor. Wasn't quite foot to the floor, it had plenty more, but it was a nice, good, strong drive up.
Yep.
And confidence all the way. Whereas the Utes, I think they take a hill climb a little bit more in their stride. Longer wheelbase,
Yep.
they're more stable, so it's not quite as exhilarating. It's still an awesome drive, but
Yep.
you know, for the thrill of it, the Tank 300, and that's why it's got such a cult following. It's a fun vehicle to drive off-road.
Yeah.
These things are workhorses. They'll get the job done.
Yeah.
So for us, for work, the Ute for sure.
Yep.
But for fun, weekends away, the 300
Yeah,
for sure.
right. Well, my pick is the XSR, Cannon XSR. So I haven't had much time in the Alpha PHEV yet, so it may earn some more strides for me, but that XSR, mate, has really blown me away. Twin lock, the tech that's in them, the comfort, like the power, like it just feels so confident on the road and off Beer O'Clock Hill, you know, so I think the XSR for me is my pick.
And back me up, Lucas.
Yep.
stock standard, completely stock standard except
They
for
are.
tyres.
Absolutely stock
Factory
standard.
suspension, factory arms, the whole lot.
Yep.
Not even a roof rack, not even a light bar.
No, all that's on there is tyres, guys, and for a factory vehicle to drive up Beer O'Clock Hill with the confidence that these vehicles have, that's a win for me.
Right guys, the Springs 4x4 Park. Lucas, thank you so much for having us here. Beer O'Clock Hill has turned it on, and the challenge goes out to any manufacturers.
Any manufacturers. Doesn't matter where you're from. US, Japan, China, bring it on.
GWM, whatever you want to release in the off-road, we are going to test your vehicles. We'll put them through Beer O'Clock Hill. We've proven capable off-roaders can do it safely and without damaging anything. Woo! Thanks, Lucas.
See you, mate.
Awesome.
Click here for a full breakdown of the GWM Alpha PHEV.